What's up, everybody? This is Trysta. Please subscribe to This League. Tap the bell, comment below, and give us a like. Ugh! What a gross game Game 5 was. It was so gross, I thought it was Game 6. Like, it was that gross where I thought this had to have been taking place in Milwaukee. Had to have been taking place because there's just no way. The Suns haven't lost 3 games in a row since, like, in 6 months.
Yeah, it's been quite a while.
January that they've lost 3 games straight, which shocking. This is Giannis's 13th consecutive playoff game, shooting 50% from the field. Giannis was a fucking god. What are your overall thoughts of the game?
I mean, as a fan, I think people acting like, oh, it's over now, the Bucks are so much better. I think that's silly. They had a historic shooting performance, especially in the third quarter. I mean, Middleton was hitting everything. Jrue was hitting everything, especially early. Giannis was hitting shots he doesn't normally hit. Connaughton.
He hit a crossover step back.
Yeah.
Did you see that? You know which one I'm talking about? Like, basically from the elbow?
Yeah.
17, 18 foot. Hit him with the hezzy cross, step back wet. And I was like, it's a fucking wrap.
Yeah, no. Well, and but the Suns had the ball down 1 with 20 seconds. I didn't get up a shot, which was just the most disappointing thing of all time. But to act like this is just such a mismatched series now, I think is silly, personally.
I personally thought, listen, I was in Suns in 4 camp, firmly in the Suns in 4 camp. But truthfully, I never quite bought into a sweep. Like, in my heart of hearts, I didn't ever quite buy into, like, it's just gonna be a fucking buzzsaw like the Denver series. I thought it would be closer to the Clipper series, personally. But for the world to be like, I was on phone calls after game 2, and it was like, yeah, I mean, it's not even gonna, the Bucks aren't even gonna get a game off of them. Bud's gonna get fired. And I was like, listen. Like, the Bucks have been down 2-0 like multiple times. So this is something that they have taken punches and punched back.
Yeah, no, and they went and won those 2 games against Atlanta without Giannis. I was feeling good after game 2, especially because that meant someone's gonna have to beat the Suns team 4 out of 5 times, which at that point didn't seem like it was a very likely thing. But a sweep, like, no, that's never something I realistically thought was coming here. No,
the trio of Jrue Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, 88 points.
Yeah.
I mean, that is not happening again.
No, I mean, it sure as shit shouldn't.
Unless it's 40-48. Unless it goes Giannis 40, Chris 40, and Jrue 8. Right. That's the only way 88 goes down.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, they had a historic shooting night. They played so awesome. And it was just such a weird game because the Suns were up 16 at the end of the first quarter and didn't even get to enjoy it because Booker goes out. And then I wonder how much game time really went by. I'd be shocked if it was more than 5 minutes that they had already got it to, like, at least 4. Like, it was erased so quickly.
Booker's going to have to play all of game 6. Pretty much all of game 6.
I think so.
When he is off the floor, it is a huge problem, mostly because there's something wrong with Chris. There's something wrong with him. I'm firmly convinced. I talked to some people around the league that cover the league and have written about these Sun series, and I know that they're well-sourced, et cetera, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, yeah, there's something wrong. He's just not going to admit it.
Yeah, well,
because he's not that guy.
Right. I mean, you can see he's got that left wrist, like, taped up, and there's certain plays where it looks like it would have helped him to, switch hands and, go dribble to the left. And he just didn't. He favors the right. And it looks a little bad, but I agree with you. Booker needs to play probably the entire game. I mean, the Suns lost by 4 and Booker was plus 12.
Yeah.
Like,
that's that. Yeah. Giannis was -7. I thought that was really strange, was an interesting. That was the Budenholzer adjustment game that we sort of have not seen. He went jumbo. the jumbo lineup.
Yeah.
Where like Giannis is playing small forward. Giannis at the 3 and like Brooke and who else was in there? And Portis at 4.
Yeah.
It was just wild to watch. Middleton was playing point guard at one point.
Yeah.
Wild. It was wild. And I think it worked. I mean, the fact of the matter is the Suns couldn't get a rebound, and it was obscene. But I think the real story, the real narrative is like there's a lot of people coming after me right now. Like the entire company basically retweeting the video from game 2 of me basically being like the Bucks are frauds. The Bucks are they're the most overrated team in finals history. And like they basically are taking my words like they're complete truth and that there was no exaggeration and playfulness in them at all, right? But okay, so what we've known all year is this. The Bucks are a bad half-court team. They can't get a bucket in the half court. And that is still ringing true to this day, which is why Jrue Holiday threw that fucking lob to Giannis. He did not want to pull it out and then try to regather themselves and try to run a play. Okay, but we know all year long, I think I even said at one point, are the Bucks the favorite to go to the finals? And then I think they shit the bed right after that.
Right.
Like in close games, these Bucks have been lawn chairs. Just fold right up, like lawn chairs made of cardboard. And the Suns, when things get tight, are fucking Hard Rock City. So there has been, even inside of the playoffs, a transformation of this Bucks team. And it's like, almost feels like to me, because I've had a little bit of time now that the finals are here and there's only one game every couple days. I watched Captain America for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's what basically happened to Giannis post hyperextension of the knee. Like, they gave Giannis some God mode injection, and the whole team is now adapting. They are now resilient. Like in-game resilient. Coming back out of a 16-point deficit, who could have seen that coming from the Milwaukee Bucks? Not I. Throughout the course of the season, am I not right? Like,
no,
chime in.
Yeah. No. I tend to agree. They figured it out. They're playing well at the right time. I mean, Jrue Holiday having that game when he really needed it, and then making just a shit ton of big defensive plays. I mean, the biggest one being stripping Booker at the very end, not even allowing him, to get off a shot. And yeah, no, the rebounding's been an issue too. There's so many things that in the last, 3 games, game 3 wasn't close. That in the last 3 games they've done really fucking well, and the Suns haven't, despite the games being close. Besides game 3, yeah,
Jrue Holiday, people were coming after the Milwaukee Bucks for that trade. I think we said in the moment, like very early on, this is going to be very impactful. Jrue Holiday impactful, PJ Tucker impactful, but Jrue Holiday won. Like, basically, give him the game ball for game 4 and for game 5. He won game 4 and 5 in, like, that was the moment. Both of those strips in the moment. Yeah, no,
game 5 for sure. I think 4 you probably have to still give to Middleton, but yeah, no, definitely the high level defensive plays that he's made. And that's why they brought him in. They brought him in to improve the team defense, improve the half court offense, ensure that Giannis stays long term, and he's kind of doing that.
This right here, what the Milwaukee Bucks did. Because there were points in time where it was in doubt as to whether Giannis would sign the Supermax. And I've been trolling Bucks fans and Bucks Twitter for all year, basically saying, like, listen, never going to win a ring as currently constructed. It appears that's closer to being very wrong than I would have anticipated, of course.
Still got to win one more game.
Still got to win one more. 2, Giannis will leave. If he doesn't get a ring, he's going to leave. And even though he signed the Supermax. But there were times where the Supermax was in doubt. Giannis was waiting to see what the Bucks would do. And like, are you going to give me some help or not? Right?
Yeah.
This is the blueprint for a small market team. This is what Portland should look at and say, oh, yeah. This is what it looks like when you have a star star is somewhat disgruntled, and then you give the bag to make that one thing elevate your team. And that was Jrue Holiday. And a lot of people thought that was not a great trade. Give up 4 first-round picks and pay him a shitload of money. And no, that was, you're not winning, maybe, not even winning the net series without Jrue Holiday.
Yeah, he's been insane.
I have some stats about Giannis that I want to share.
Go.
In these finals, Giannis has had 150 points, 50 rebounds, and 25 assists through the first 5 games.
Damn.
Only Kareem and Braun have done that. I know you roll your eyes.
No,
those are the stats.
No, I wasn't rolling my eyes like, oh, bad. Like, I mean, that's just, yeah, those are 2 guys that you want to be in company with.
He has looked, I don't know what to say. He doesn't have a back. I just want to say still, you can be incredible. You can be an amazing athlete. You can do things that other people can't do on a basketball floor and still not have a bag of tricks, because that's basically what the bag is a bag of tricks at your disposal. But holy fuck, for a guy with no bag, he is like if Frankenstein, here we go, more movie references and book references,
okay.
As if Frankenstein decided to, or like some robot that they were going to create in the version of Shaquille O'Neal, but for the 2021 version of Shaquille O'Neal, that is now Giannis. Like, that is who he is in ways where you're just like, I mean, he's just give him the ball, let him go downhill. Like, you can't even wrap him up. He's going to still yam on you.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've made that exact same point in conversation before. Like, he is the modern day Shaq. Like, if Shaq, I mean, not Shaq exactly, but if a guy in the mold of Shaq was playing today, like Giannis is like how you would want to mold that.
With spacing,
how you want
the
body to look and all that. But I mean, to say he's got no bag, I get that a little bit, but I mean, when he's making shots the way he is, you know, who really fucking cares, you know?
No, I mean,
like,
that's I think where we're at is like, it doesn't matter that he doesn't have a back because he is Shaq. Shaq didn't fucking like, he's no, you know, he can do things.
Yeah.
Giannis can do things. He doesn't have a bag, but it does not appear to matter at all. And Chris Middleton is a fucking, like, we have not talked about him enough because he's such a roller coaster ride. He basically encapsulates the Milwaukee Bucks. Like throughout the year, they go as Chris Middleton seems to go.
Yeah.
But 2 games in a row with the prime MJ Chris Middleton, he was hitting shots. He was hitting shots that he had no business making. Draped. Guys just draped on him. Fall away threes. It was just Drew's hitting fallaways.
They all were. Connaughton,
when
all
everyone's hitting fallaways with guys draped over him, it's a rough night for you. And it's happening in Phoenix. Also, let's go into the arena situation.
Okay.
PFT, our colleague, tweeted this, and I think it's so funny, so great. Such a interesting point about the fans there is that what you see in Footprint, this is what it's called now? Footprint?
Yeah, the Footprint Center.
The Footprint Center.
The foot.
I'm happy I'm happy that the foot is now has a name. You know, they haven't had a name for a while. You put in your lift like Phoenix Suns Arena. So I'm happy that the foot was lit. But he said people at the foot are all the people that you run into at the strip club.
At a strip club, yeah.
Yeah. And
it was a good tweet.
You had a guy like literally counting money. And I think the counting actually is helping Giannis. I think that is providing him rhythm to actually make shots in free throw. I think Candace Parker talked about how she sings a song to herself.
Yeah.
I think he can just be like 1, 2, and just literally kind of get into the rhythm of it and then shoot at 10.
Yeah, no, I get it for sure. Yeah. He still missed some pretty big ones.
He did miss 2
in game 5.
2 down the stretch for sure. We've got a LeBron James sighting.
Yeah.
We've got the ultimate upstage my best friend moment from LeBron James. LeBron James, even in supporting his best friend, one of his best friends in the NBA, he shows up not in the second round, not in the Western Conference Finals. No. LeBron is going to show up as Space Jam 2 is in its opening weekend.
Yep.
he's going to show up in Phoenix with a bottle of his own fucking tequila to promote. Wow, Rich Paul, his agent, comes to publicly put out that he's in a relationship with Adele. Could there have been more attention you could draw upon yourself? Where the graphics team even says, star of Space Jam 2, A New Legacy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean it was exactly that. I mean it was a very self-motivated appearance by LeBron. I mean, I was thinking about so many other stuff during that game, so this is the first time I've actually had to sit and actually think about that. And yeah, pretty. I don't want to say scummy, but pretty calculated by LeBron. And also, I don't think Rich Paul deserves Adele. Just gonna say it.
I mean, wow, what a duo! What an unexpected duo. She is a recluse. She doesn't go outside. She showed up to promote Space Jam 2, A New Legacy, and a fucking tequila brand. He had the tequila bottle, and they were like, oh, they let LeBron James bring a tequila bottle into the arena, which, by the way, you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, but no shit they let LeBron bring tequila into the fucking arena.
He literally tweeted, oh, they let me.
Right,
We'll roll with that. LeBron James knows. He's just one of the most calculated humans I've ever seen. It's so obvious, too. He wants it to not be obvious, but it's like, he runs the league. He runs the league. He tells the graphics department what to say. He puts it out. He gets the seats. He has Adele fucking come in as a prop. She has her first fucking basketball game she's maybe ever seen in her life. She's going nuts. Paparazzi's insane. They just keep showing him on the TV. It's like, yo, this movie's garbage.
I really can't wait for the Rich Paul breakup song. I'm excited for those.
Goodbye.
Rich Paul.
You're a scumbag again. Good news though for Suns fans.
The decision was chicken shit.
Yeah, exactly. I saw a tweet that was like, I really am hoping that Adele can tell Rich Paul to get Anthony Davis in the pick and roll and more in the deep. Something like that. It was very funny. I think the Suns, though, just back to the actual game itself, I think the Suns can win in 7. Yeah, I think it's possible. I think playing in Milwaukee is proving to be extremely difficult, but you had game 4 in your hands. And Nick Nurse made a great point on, I think, Brian Windhorse's podcast. He was like, it's really hard to win a ring at home if it's not a game 7, because they're already like they bring in the banners, they start talking about ring fittings, like you're in the arena that's all going to take place. The organization is all there. And there's like almost a level of what's next when you haven't even gotten to that moment yet. And he was like, yeah, we couldn't win it in Toronto for that reason in game 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So DeAndre Ayton says this. I like it. The tables are turned now. Now we're the desperate team. We've had our chances of being up and trying to finish the job. Now we're in the same position that they were in. They're up, and now we got to go and get it. That's why it's a little bit more fun for me. I love DeAndre Ayton. Love DeAndre Ayton. Mm-hmm. Bad news for Suns fans. Past teams that have won an NBA title 38 of 47 times after holding a 3-2 lead. Past teams have sense. Won an NBA title 21 out of 29 times after winning game 5 following a 2-2 series tie. And also there's a stat about Chris Paul. I think he would be the first player in NBA history to lose 4 2-0 series in the playoffs.
Really?
Yeah, that would be a bad stat for Chris Paul. Oh, speaking of which, what did you think? There was a presser. I don't have the SOT, so I'm going to do my very best impression. It was via Zoom. I'm sure Palmer, probably your brother, texted you like, who the fuck is this guy? Okay, so this is how it goes down.
Yeah.
Devin Booker is sitting next to Chris Paul. You know exactly what I'm going to say. Devin Booker sitting next to Chris Paul. I feel like this might happen to me. Like I could see in my head, like when media goes wrong, you know, like what your thought was and what it ends up sounding like and what it ends up blowing into. Okay. Sitting next to Chris Paul, Devin Booker. They're sitting next to one another. This background is really like Chris Paul would be the first player ever to lose 4-2-0. He's been fighting for this, pushing for this, journeyman around the league. He's your mentor. He's writing a book. Everyone knows this is Chris Paul's ring, right? That's what's going on in the media member's head. Let's just say that.
For sure. Yeah.
For sure. And they're like tight. So the media member comes on Zoom, like Palmer, let's go Zoom. And he's like, yeah, we've got so-and-so from Arizona Republic. And he's like, and you can hear music playing in the background too, like little rap music. And he's like, yeah, Devin, tough loss, real tough loss. How tough is this for Chris?
Yeah, he was, how disappointed are you for Chris right now?
How disappointed are you for Chris right now? And you can see Chris.
Or frustrated, one of the two. Yeah.
Yeah, how disappointed or how frustrated are you for Chris right now? And you can see, this is where it was so funny because I replayed it without audio multiple times. You can see Devin Booker, he looks out of the periphery of his eye to see what Chris is doing. And you can see Chris is like, looks at the, like, what the fuck? And Devin sees Chris's head tilt, probably can see his eyes squint a little bit. You can just feel the energy tighten. And Devin's like, next question, please. Holds it together. Like Russell Westbrook, eat your heart out. Like that's how a pro does it. But what the fuck, Marty?
Yeah, so that was Greg Moore. I believe he's Arizona Republic. He's some sort of writer in Phoenix. I don't follow him. I think he's trash. He is kind of known for asking stupid questions like this. And that was just an all-time stupid question. And if anyone wants to go like watch it, Chris Paul does give like the biggest what the fuck face like since Russ in that locker room interview. And yeah, like he asked Booker a few years ago, like when the Suns like eliminated the Lakers from playoff contention. And he was like, are you even with LeBron now? And he was like, what? And he was like, yeah, like he threw it off the backboard and dunked on you like a year and a half ago. Are y'all even now? And he was just like, what are you even talking about? He's a fucking moron. Greg Moore, just stop it.
So break down for me why that was the all-time bad question to ask in that moment.
Because why is Devin Booker thinking about anything other than just, the team, and we're down 3-2 now? It had nothing to, there's no way anything in his mind was, how's Chris Paul feeling right now? Like, that's just so not what he was thinking. I mean, obviously, not what anyone was thinking. Like, Chris Paul, I sure as shit hope he's not thinking like, this sucks for my legacy right now. Like, we're trying to win a fucking finals. Like,
I think that the thing that's really interesting about that is it really highlights the difference between where players' heads are at and where media's heads are at.
Yeah.
Media is focused on narratives and storylines, and all they want to hear, this is what they want to hear from Devin Booker right now. You know, we're really doing this for Chris.
Right.
We're doing this. We're all here gathering as a young team because we know that this is like the end of the road for Chris. And if we don't do it now, he might never get one. And so we're super disappointed for Chris. And it's like, but when you think about it, it's like, why would anyone come out of the present moment and come up to a bird's eye view and think about 3 years from now, 5 years from now, when Chris Paul has retired and where his legacy stands? Devin Booker's like, I fucking care about my own legacy right now.
Yeah. You know, he's the first player, and I think it was first player in playoff history to score 40 in consecutive games, both losses.
Yeah, that's a Bradley Beal moment. I think that's enough Suns talk. I think it's Suns in 7, but it's Suns in 4 because it's a lifestyle. I will have an apology for Bucks fans if this goes bad. I will. I have thoughts. Marty thinks there might be more smoke that comes out of it, but I have some funny things planned potentially. But let's move on.